Every night, millions of older adults close their eyes and go to sleep, without realizing that their vision is slowly changing. Not only because of age, not only because of genetics, but often because their eyes are no longer receiving the nutrients they rely on to repair themselves during the night. Maybe you've noticed some of the signs. You wake up in the morning and your vision feels slightly blurry for a few minutes. Your eyes feel dry or irritated, almost as if there's sand in them when you blink. Reading small text becomes more tiring than it used to be, even with good lighting. Or maybe driving at night has become uncomfortable, with headlights appearing brighter and harder to tolerate. Many people assume these changes are simply a normal part of getting older, but in many cases, they are actually signals. Quiet messages from your eyes asking for more support. Your eyes are remarkable organs. Even later in life, they constantly repair and renew themselves. But that process depends heavily on one thing: nutrition. And here's something fascinating. During the deeper stages of sleep, blood flow to your eyes increases significantly. This is when your retinal cells begin repairing microscopic damage from the day, rebuilding light-sensitive structures and restoring balance inside the delicate tissues that allow you to see clearly. But those repairs only happen efficiently if the body has access to the right nutrients beforehand. Certain whole foods eaten in the evening may help provide exactly the materials your eyes need for this overnight maintenance process. Today, we're going to explore 8 foods that research has connected with supporting healthy vision in older adults. These foods may help support the retina, reduce irritation, improve comfort during night driving, and help the eyes recover from daily strain. Many people are surprised to learn that several of them are probably already sitting in their kitchen. Before we begin, I'm curious about something. Where are you watching this from today? And how has your vision been recently? Have you noticed dryness, blurriness, or difficulty seeing clearly at night? Feel free to share your city or country and a quick note about your eyesight in the comments. Hearing your experiences helps shape the topics we explore in future videos. Now, the final food on this list, the one we'll cover at the end, has been associated in several studies with significant improvements in visual processing speed and retinal responsiveness in older adults. So make sure you stay with me until the end. Let's begin with number 8. Food number 8, sweet potatoes. We start with one of the most underestimated foods when it comes to supporting aging eyes: the sweet potato. Most people think of it as a simple comfort food or a holiday side dish. But inside that bright orange color is one of nature's richest sources of beta-carotene. Beta-carotene is the compound your body converts into vitamin A, one of the most important nutrients your eyes rely on for maintaining clear vision. Here's what makes this process interesting. After you eat a food rich in beta-carotene, your body gradually converts it into active vitamin A. That vitamin is then transported through the bloodstream and delivered to the retina, the thin layer of tissue at the back of the eye responsible for capturing light. Vitamin A plays a key role in maintaining a molecule called rhodopsin. Rhodopsin helps your eyes adjust when moving between bright and dim environments. When rhodopsin levels are well supported, many people notice that their eyes adapt more comfortably to darkness and nighttime lighting conditions. Researchers studying older adults have observed that diets rich in beta-carotene are often associated with improved night vision comfort and fewer complaints of eye dryness. But there is an important detail most people miss. Beta-carotene is a fat-soluble nutrient. That means your body absorbs it far more efficiently when it is eaten with a small amount of healthy fat. For example, adding a teaspoon of olive oil, coconut oil, or butter to a baked sweet potato can significantly improve how well your body uses its nutrients. Preparing it is simple. Bake one medium sweet potato with the skin on for about 35 to 40 minutes until soft. The skin contains additional antioxidants that support the optic nerve and surrounding eye tissues. Eating it about an hour or so before bedtime gives your body enough time to begin processing those nutrients while you sleep. A warm baked sweet potato in the evening may be one of the easiest and most comforting ways to give your eyes a little extra support overnight. Food number 7, wild salmon. Now let's talk about something many people notice as they get older: dry eyes. That gritty feeling, the mild burning sensation after reading for a while. One reason this can happen is because the tear film that protects the eye surface becomes thinner over time. This is where wild-caught salmon becomes especially interesting. Salmon is rich in omega-3 fatty acids, particularly DHA. DHA is one of the major structural fats present in the retina. In fact, a significant portion of the fatty acids inside retinal cells are made from DHA. These omega-3s help maintain the flexibility of cell membranes and support healthy tear production. Wild salmon also contains a unique antioxidant called astaxanthin, the pigment that gives salmon its pink color. Astaxanthin helps protect eye tissues from oxidative stress caused by sunlight, screens, and everyday environmental exposure. Some long-term nutritional studies have observed that people who regularly eat fatty fish like salmon tend to report fewer symptoms of dry eye and better visual comfort overall. For the best results, wild-caught salmon is typically recommended because it naturally contains higher levels of omega-3s and protective pigments. A small portion baked gently in the evening, paired with whole grains like brown rice or quinoa, provides a balanced meal that supports stable energy overnight. Many people find that when omega-3 intake improves, their eyes feel noticeably more comfortable and hydrated over time. Food number 6, goji berries. Next, let's talk about a small fruit that has been valued for centuries in traditional nutrition practices: goji berries. At first glance, they look simple: small red berries, slightly sweet, slightly tart. But inside them is a powerful nutrient that has attracted growing interest from modern researchers studying eye health. That nutrient is called zeaxanthin. Zeaxanthin is a carotenoid that accumulates in a very specific part of the eye, the macula. The macula sits at the center of your retina and is responsible for sharp, focused vision. It's what allows you to read text, recognize faces, and see fine details clearly. As we age, the protective pigment in the macula can gradually decrease. When that happens, the eyes may become more sensitive to light and visual clarity may decline. Zeaxanthin helps support this protective pigment layer, and goji berries contain unusually high concentrations of it. In several nutritional studies, adults who consumed goji berries regularly showed increases in macular pigment density, an indicator that the eye's natural protective filter was becoming stronger. Participants also reported reduced visual fatigue and improved comfort when reading or using screens. What makes goji berries particularly interesting is that your body may absorb some carotenoids more efficiently in the evening hours when the body is transitioning toward rest. Preparing them is simple. A small handful of dried organic goji berries can be soaked in warm water for several minutes to soften them. This makes their nutrients easier to release and digest. Some people enjoy adding them to plain yogurt, which contains natural fats that help improve carotenoid absorption. One important note: try not to combine goji berries with coffee or strong tea at the same time. Certain compounds in those drinks may interfere with the absorption of carotenoids. A modest portion is all you need. Even a small serving can provide a meaningful amount of zeaxanthin. Food number 5, organic egg yolks. Now let's move to a food that has been misunderstood for years: egg yolks. For a long time, many people avoided eggs because they worried about cholesterol. But modern nutritional research has helped clarify that egg yolks contain several nutrients that are extremely valuable for eye health. Two of the most important are lutein and zeaxanthin. These compounds act as natural light filters inside the eye, helping protect delicate retinal tissue from excess blue light and oxidative stress. And here's something interesting about eggs. The lutein and zeaxanthin found in egg yolks are highly bioavailable. That means your body absorbs them very efficiently. Why? Because they are naturally combined with healthy fats and phospholipids inside the yolk. These fats help transport nutrients directly into the bloodstream, where they can be delivered to eye tissues. Some nutrition studies have found that regular egg consumption can increase macular pigment density, the protective layer that supports clear central vision. Eggs also contain vitamin A and small amounts of omega-3 fatty acids, both of which contribute to overall eye support. When preparing eggs for eye health, gentle cooking is best. A soft scramble or lightly cooked yolk helps preserve delicate nutrients that can be damaged by high heat. Overcooking eggs may reduce the availability of lutein and other protective compounds. Two softly cooked yolks in the evening can provide a surprisingly concentrated source of nutrients that your eyes use during overnight repair cycles. Many older adults find this to be one of the easiest ways to add vision-supporting nutrients into their routine. Before we move on, let me ask you something. Have you ever noticed that your eyes feel more tired at night than they used to? Or that bright lights, especially while driving, seem more uncomfortable than they once were? These are common experiences as the eyes age, but they can sometimes improve when the body receives the nutrients it needs to maintain the retina and surrounding tissues. And that brings us to the next food on the list, one that has a long and fascinating history connected with night vision. Food number 4, bilberries. Now let's talk about a fruit that has a fascinating history connected to night vision, bilberries. During the 1940s, there were reports that British pilots consumed bilberry jam before nighttime missions. They believed it helped them see more clearly in low-light conditions. For years, that story sounded almost like folklore. But modern research later discovered something interesting inside these deep purple berries. Bilberries are extremely rich in compounds called anthocyanins. Anthocyanins are plant pigments responsible for the dark blue and purple colors found in certain fruits. But they do more than provide color. Inside the body, they help support healthy circulation, including the tiny blood vessels that deliver oxygen and nutrients to the retina. The retina depends on an incredibly delicate network of microscopic blood vessels. When these vessels remain flexible and well supported, the retinal cells can function more efficiently. Anthocyanins may also support communication between the eye and the brain. When light enters your eye, it must be converted into electrical signals that travel through the optic nerve to the brain's visual centers. Some researchers believe anthocyanins may help support the speed and clarity of this process. Several studies following older adults found that diets rich in anthocyanin-containing berries were associated with better night vision comfort and reduced eye fatigue. For those interested in adding bilberries to their routine, a small serving of fresh berries or a standardized bilberry extract can provide concentrated anthocyanins. Raw berries are typically preferred because heat can reduce some of their beneficial compounds. If using frozen bilberries, allowing them to thaw naturally helps preserve their nutrients. Some people like pairing them with a few walnuts. Walnuts contain omega-3 fatty acids that may help support circulation and overall eye comfort. Bilberries may be small, but they offer a powerful combination of nutrients that support how the eyes function in dim environments. Food number 3, black currants. Now we move into the top 3 foods, and the next one is often overlooked in everyday diets, black currants. These dark berries contain an impressive combination of nutrients that support the retina and the tiny blood vessels inside the eye. Two nutrients make black currants particularly interesting. The first is vitamin C. Vitamin C helps support the health of the capillaries, the smallest blood vessels in the body. These capillaries play an essential role in delivering oxygen and nutrients directly to retinal tissue. The second compound is something called gamma-linolenic acid, often abbreviated as GLA. GLA is a type of fatty acid that supports balanced inflammatory responses in tissues throughout the body, including the delicate structures surrounding the optic nerve. Together, vitamin C and GLA create a powerful combination. They help maintain circulation, support tissue health, and contribute to the environment that retinal cells need in order to function properly. Long-term nutritional studies have observed that people who regularly consume berries rich in these nutrients often report improved visual comfort and reduced strain. Black currants can be enjoyed fresh, frozen, or as cold-pressed seed oil. A small serving in the evening provides nutrients that your body can process gradually during the night. Some people pair black currants with foods containing natural fats, like cottage cheese or yogurt, which can help improve absorption of certain fat-soluble nutrients. Just like with many delicate plant compounds, gentle preparation is best. Heating black currants can reduce the availability of their beneficial oils and antioxidants. When eaten in their natural form, they provide a concentrated source of nutrients that help support healthy circulation inside the eyes. Now we're approaching the final 2 foods, And the next one is perhaps the most surprising discovery modern eye health researchers have discussed in recent years. It's not a fruit. It's not a vegetable. It's actually a spice, and it contains compounds that have fascinated scientists studying the retina. Let's talk about saffron. Food number 2, saffron. Now we arrive at one of the most fascinating discoveries in modern research on eye health, saffron. Most people think of saffron simply as a spice used in cooking, but scientists studying the retina have become increasingly interested in two compounds found inside saffron, crocin and quercetin. These natural carotenoids appear to interact with the light-sensitive cells of the retina. Your retina contains millions of tiny cells called photoreceptors. Their job is to capture light and convert it into signals that the brain can interpret as images. Over time, these cells can become less responsive. This is one reason many older adults notice dimmer vision, slower adjustment to darkness, or reduced clarity. Crocin and quercetin are being studied because they appear to support the function of these photoreceptor cells. Some clinical studies observing older adults have found that saffron supplementation was associated with measurable improvements in visual sensitivity and retinal response. Participants reported clearer contrast and improved visual comfort. What researchers found especially interesting is that saffron compounds appear to support blood flow to retinal tissue. Healthy circulation allows oxygen and nutrients to reach the eye's most delicate structures, something that becomes increasingly important as we age. Preparing saffron for evening use is surprisingly simple. A few saffron threads can be steeped in warm milk or a plant-based milk for several minutes. This gentle warmth helps release the natural compounds without damaging them. Extremely high heat can destroy some of these delicate molecules, which is why gentle warming is preferred. Many people enjoy adding a small amount of honey or spices like cardamom for flavor. Consumed about an hour before bedtime, saffron provides compounds your body can process gradually during the night as the eyes undergo their natural repair cycles. It's remarkable that one of the oldest spices in human history is now being studied as a modern nutritional support for aging vision. But now we've reached the moment many people have been waiting for, because the final food on this list may surprise you. It isn't rare, it isn't expensive, and it might already be in your kitchen. But the nutrients it contains play one of the most important roles in protecting the retina and maintaining clear vision as we age. Let's talk about the number one food. Food number 1, spinach. Spinach may not seem extraordinary at first glance, but when researchers study foods that support eye health, spinach almost always appears near the top of the list. And the reason comes down to two powerful carotenoids, lutein and zeaxanthin. These nutrients concentrate directly in the macula, the part of the retina responsible for sharp central vision. Think of them as a natural protective shield. They help filter certain wavelengths of light before those wavelengths can reach the delicate photoreceptor cells behind them. Over time, this protective layer can gradually thin. When that happens, the retina becomes more vulnerable to stress from bright light, environmental exposure, and daily visual strain. Foods rich in lutein and zeaxanthin help support this protective pigment layer. Spinach happens to be one of the richest natural sources available. But here's something interesting. Your body absorbs these carotenoids far better when spinach is lightly cooked rather than eaten completely raw. Gentle cooking helps break down plant cell walls, making the nutrients easier for your digestive system to access. Pairing spinach with a small amount of healthy fat, such as olive oil or avocado, can further improve absorption. Even a modest serving provides meaningful amounts of lutein and zeaxanthin. Over time, diets rich in these nutrients have been associated with better visual clarity, improved contrast sensitivity, and greater resilience against age-related eye stress. For many people, a simple evening meal containing lightly sautéed spinach may provide one of the most effective ways to support retinal health naturally. We've now covered 8 foods that provide nutrients your eyes rely on every day. But before we finish, there's something important I want to share with you. Because food alone isn't just about nutrients. It's about creating the conditions your body needs to maintain and protect your vision for years to come. Now let's take a step back and look at the bigger picture. Your eyes are some of the most active tissues in your entire body. Every second of the day, they are processing light, movement, color, and detail. And while you sleep, something remarkable happens. Your body begins repairing microscopic stress that accumulated during the day. Tiny cells inside the retina rebuild their structures. Circulation delivers nutrients. Oxidative stress is reduced, and your visual system prepares itself for another day. But this nightly repair process depends heavily on one thing: nutrition. Without the right nutrients available in the bloodstream, those repair processes become less efficient. The cells still try to do their work, but they don't always have the materials they need. That's why the foods we discuss today matter so much. Sweet potatoes support vitamin A production for night vision. Wild salmon provides omega-3 fatty acids that help maintain the structure of retinal cells. Goji berries supply zeaxanthin that supports the macula. Egg yolks deliver highly absorbable lutein and protective nutrients. Bilberries contribute anthocyanins that support circulation to the retina. Black currants provide vitamin C and essential fatty acids that help maintain healthy capillaries. Saffron offers compounds currently being studied for their effects on photoreceptor function. And spinach delivers lutein and zeaxanthin, two of the most important nutrients for protecting central vision. Each of these foods contributes something slightly different, but together they create a powerful nutritional foundation for your eyes. Let me share one more story. I once spoke with a gentleman named Richard. Richard was 72 and had begun noticing changes in his vision over the previous few years. Reading had become more tiring, driving at night felt uncomfortable, and bright lights seemed harsher than they used to be. He assumed this was simply the natural course of aging. But when he started learning more about nutrition for eye health, he decided to make a few small changes. Nothing dramatic. He added leafy greens to his evening meals a few times a week. He began including foods rich in omega-3s. He started incorporating berries into his diet. And over time, he noticed something encouraging. His eyes felt less strained at the end of the day. Reading became easier again. Night driving felt more comfortable. What changed wasn't a single miracle food. It was consistency, giving his body the nutrients it needed, day after day, so his eyes could maintain their natural repair processes. That's the key idea I want you to remember. Eye health isn't about quick fixes. It's about daily support, small habits repeated consistently. And when those habits provide your body with the nutrients it depends on, your eyes often respond with better comfort, better resilience, and better clarity. If you know someone who has been struggling with blurry vision, dry eyes, or difficulty seeing clearly at night, consider sharing this video with them. Many people assume nothing can be done to support aging eyes, but nutrition is one of the most powerful tools we have, and sometimes the smallest dietary changes can make the biggest difference. If you found this information helpful, I encourage you to stay connected with this channel. Each week, we explore practical, science-based ways older adults can support their health naturally, from vision and brain health to circulation and energy. Simple information, clear explanations, and strategies that respect the way the body actually works. Take good care of yourself, listen to your body, support it with the nutrients it needs, and I'll see you in the next video.